Welcome to Laser Secrets, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes of medical aesthetics. I'm Jamie, your guide to the science, safety, and strategies that help you deliver real results. Whether you're a new provider or a seasoned pro, we're here to level up your laser game because great skin starts with great science. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Quick Win Wednesday. I'm Jamie Thayer, and I'm so grateful you're here. If you're new to the podcast, every Wednesday I share one practical business framework you can implement immediately to help you build a stronger laser or aesthetic practice. Because I truly believe we don't need 100 new ideas. We need a good idea implemented consistently. That's why I say small actions done consistently create massive growth. Today, I want to talk about something that costs absolutely nothing, and it takes less than 2 minutes to tackle. And yet, I believe it has the power to transform how your clients remember your business. So I think one of the biggest misconceptions in our industry is that the client experience ends when the treatment ends. I don't believe that for a second. In fact, I think one of the most important moments of an entire appointment happens after the treatment is over. It's the goodbye. Think about the best restaurant you've ever been to, or your favorite hotel, or maybe a business you recommend to everyone you know. Chances are you don't remember every single detail. You probably don't even exactly remember what your server said at that restaurant, or every decoration in a lobby of a hotel, or even a song that was playing. But I bet you remember how they made you feel. Now think about the opposite. Have you ever had an amazing experience only to leave feeling rushed? Maybe the service was fantastic, say at a hotel or at your favorite store, but at the very end, someone barely looked up from the computer and simply said, "You're all set." Or you're at your favorite restaurant and the service was amazing, but you felt super rushed at the end because they needed the table for another group. It's amazing how one small interaction can completely change the way we remember the entire experience. So one day it really hit me. Our clients are actually judging us the exact same way. So here's something I want you to think about. You're not just in the treatment business. We're in the confidence business. People don't remember every step of your protocol. They don't remember every setting of your laser. They don't remember the products you use. They remember the ending of the story. They remember how they felt walking out of your front door. Did they leave feeling confident, appreciated, encouraged, excited? Or did they leave feeling rushed, confused, kind of forgotten, or like a number? Here's something I've said for years. People may forget what your treatment did for them, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. That's why experience will always outperform technology. We spend so much time perfecting our consultations, learning new technologies, watching webinars, fine-tuning our protocols, buying the next greatest device. But here's what I've learned over the years. Sometimes the biggest improvements don't happen in the treatment room. They happen in the conversations surrounding the treatment. Because your client isn't just evaluating your clinical skills. They're deciding something much bigger. They're asking themselves, is this where I belong? So every interaction will answer that question, especially the last one. That's why I want to talk about something I call the 5-star goodbye. Not because it's complicated, but because it's intentional. It's 5 simple steps that take less than 2 minutes, yet those final moments often become the most memorable part of the appointment. So the first step is to celebrate. We want to celebrate something, their progress, their commitment, their consistency, their courage. Maybe this was their very first laser treatment and they were nervous walking through your doors. Celebrate that. They're there. They got through it just fine. They did great. Maybe they stayed committed to their treatment plan. Celebrate that. Maybe they finally decided to invest in themselves after putting everyone else first. That deserves to be celebrated. People need encouragement more often than we realize. And here's something else I've learned. What gets celebrated gets repeated. The next step is to clarify. Tell them exactly what to expect next. What should they expect tonight, tomorrow, over the next week? What is their part? And When should they contact you? And when is the next treatment? One of the biggest reasons clients become anxious after treatments isn't because something went wrong, it's because they don't know what's supposed to happen next. So a really good aftercare instruction sheet is a must. Even the next steps, we tell our clients, okay, we will be checking in on you tomorrow, because we do within 24 hours or the first business day after the treatment. We send them a text message that just says, hi, this is Jamie from Glow, just checking to see how everything's looking and feeling after your, say, laser genesis treatment. And I tell them to expect that, because really, if we do not set up the next expectation, that can cause a little bit of confusion, and that confusion creates uncertainty. And that's where we see the clarity and transparency of the next steps does help the client to feel a little more confident. And that's what true leadership is. The third step is to confirm. So review those post-care instructions with them. Instead of just handing them the sheet, go over it with them. Even if you've gone over it before, just a quick rundown helps. And instead of asking, do you have any questions? Ask this instead. What questions do you have before you head out? It's a tiny shift, but psychologically, it's huge. You're telling your client, I expect you to have questions, and questions are welcomed here. That simple change creates a much safer environment for communication. The fourth step is to schedule. So whenever appropriate, help them to stay committed to their journey. Everyone's life gets busy, calendars fill up, people forget, and I never want my clients to feel like I'm trying to sell them. I want them to feel like I'm guiding them. There's a huge difference. If someone needs that next treatment in their protocol, helping them to schedule helps to create less friction in their life, and it keeps them on schedule instead of being salesy. It's a service. So simply making it easier for them to stay committed to the results they came in for is doing them a huge favor. And lastly, this one sounds simple, but don't rush it. Slow down when you're wrapping up their appointment, and even if you're walking them out, to look them in the eye and smile, genuinely thank them, not because it's scripted, because they chose you. Out of every provider they could have trusted, they trusted you. So never lose sight of what an incredible privilege that is. One thing I've learned over the years is this. I've never had anyone tell me, Jamie, I come back because your paperwork is amazing. Or I come back because you have so many credentials with lasers. People actually come back because they feel seen. They felt heard, they felt understood, cared for. Sure, technology matters. Clinical results absolutely matters, and your education matters. But people remember how you made them feel. The treatment changes the body, but the experience changes the relationship, and relationships are where loyalty lives. So here's your challenge for the week. Don't change your consultation. Don't buy another device. Don't change your protocols. Just change your goodbye. Implement the 5-star goodbye with every single client this week, and ask yourself, did my clients leave more confident? Did they ask fewer follow-up questions? Did they seem more excited about their treatment plan? Did they leave smiling? Sometimes the smallest changes create the biggest impact. You know, this framework is exactly why I created the ROI Academy. Not because providers need another course. We truly have so much information out there, but what we need are systems, and repeatable systems, and those systems that create consistency for your entire team to follow. Because consistency builds confidence, and confidence fully builds trust. That trust builds thriving practices. So inside ROI Academy, we've expanded the 5-star goodbye into a complete client experience system with provider scripts, appointment closing, standard operating procedures, front desk transitions, review conversations, referral conversations, post-care communication, and so much more. Because exceptional businesses don't happen by accident. They're built intentionally. If today's episode resonated with you, I'd absolutely love to welcome you into the ROI Academy. You'll find the enrollment link waiting for you in today's show notes. And before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final thought. Years from now, your clients probably won't remember what wavelength your laser was. They won't remember your settings. They probably really won't remember the exact protocol, or maybe even what they came in for. But they'll remember how they felt when they walked out of your office. Did they feel hopeful, cared for? Did they feel seen? Were they excited to come back? Or did they simply feel like another appointment on your schedule? because here's what I truly believe. The treatment changes the body, but the experience changes the relationship, and relationships, that's where loyalty lives. That's where referrals begin. That's where 5-star reviews come from. And ultimately, that's where extraordinary businesses are built. So this week, don't just finish treatments, finish moments. Create an ending that's worth remembering, because sometimes the last 2 minutes of an appointment become the reason someone comes back for the next 2 years. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. If this episode encouraged you, I'd be so grateful if you share it with another provider who could use this reminder. And if you're ready to build systems like this throughout your entire practice, I'd love to welcome you inside ROI Academy. You'll find the enrollment link in today's show notes. But until next Wednesday, keep serving, keep growing, keep creating experiences people can't stop talking about. And remember, small actions done consistently create massive growth. I'm Jamie Thayer. I'll be cheering you on every step of the way, and I'll see you next week. Have you ever wished you had a business coach, marketing strategist, and implementation partner all in one place? That's exactly why I created the ROI Academy Provider Success Ecosystem for Zerona, Emerald, and CLX providers. Drawing from more than 26 years of experience in business, leadership, medical aesthetics, fitness, and laser technology, I kept seeing the same challenge over and over again. Incredible providers investing in amazing technology, but without a clear roadmap for growing a thriving, profitable practice. ROI Academy is where I share the systems, strategies, and real-world tools that have helped providers attract more patients, improve consultations, increase retention, strengthen their teams, and build practices they truly love. Whether you're just getting started or you're ready to take your business to the next level, I'd love to be part of your journey. You can learn more by clicking the link in the show notes, and I can't wait to welcome you inside the Academy.